quick last zip from my Brita bottle before we jump into this month's investment portfolio update. Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to a new episode of Sense of Capital Insights Time. Your host of today, as always, is Julian, and I'm very glad to have you in again. I'm not even sure if somebody joined investment portfolio updates. It's always not the most crowded streams of my portfolio. However, I'm always very satisfied for everyone who joins, even or watching later on the stream as a recorded version. Guys, today it's the 1st of August, and today the 1st of August means that we are again 1 month later compared to the recent investment portfolio update. And so this time there are definitely some updates I want to share with you. But before we jump in, just very quickly a disclaimer that in the upcoming minutes this will not be any financial advice, consultation or whatsoever. And there is no guarantee of the correctness for the provided data. Yeah, so always make sure to do your own due diligence, research process, and make your own decisions, because at the end, it's your own money and your own financial future. Guys, so I start to share my screen, and yeah, that's not the right one. That's the right one. And I already can tell you now, if you like to support me, if you like what you will see here in the upcoming minutes, I try to keep it quite compact. Hope I will not cross the 20-minute marks, but let's see how it will go out. Most of the time I'm a little bit late and cross the time deadlines. However, if you like it, please feel free to like this stream, like this video, follow and subscribe to my channel, and you can subscribe and follow me as well on the other social media accounts and channels, like on X, on Instagram, and on Reddit, as you can see here at this slide. However, let's jump in. Here is the title sheet for today's presentation. You can see investment portfolio update 2024 August. As always, we talk and we focus, of course, the companies I'm invested in, and this is Alfen, Grab, Hampton Hurst, New, SentinelOne and StoneCo. So guys, maybe you as a loyal follower, maybe you already recognized, okay, what is going on? Where's GitLab? Yeah, you told that you will purchase GitLab, and as I already spoiled a little bit in the past investment update episode, I'm going to sell it. And you can see it here. Actually, I sold it with a small profit of $500, $600, $700 US, something like this. Not sure, not too much. However, at least I'm happy I didn't lose any money. Why I did this? So actually, you need to know that from the beginning on, and that was very different to the SentinelOne purchase I did a few days earlier, is from the beginning on I wasn't that confident and didn't feel comfortable with the GitLab position. Yeah, sometimes it's quite subjective and it's not very objective, so it's hard to tell it by facts. But what I can tell is maybe it was affected by the quite high valuation of GitLab. Maybe it was because of there was a kind of a lack of informative transparency by the management. And there was definitely some room for improvement. And I'm thinking here about specifically the latest earnings call. So Q1, I read the transcript, and I had the feeling, man, they are ignoring so many questions. That was just my personal impression, and it a little bit knocked me back to the experience with Perion Networks from Israel, where I lost a lot of money in a very short period of time. And so I wanted to avoid to invest in companies where the management is hiding information, or it feels like it. Yeah, it doesn't need to be negative, but it feels for me one more time like this. So I didn't like this aspect. And most crucial actually is the aspect that I was highly challenged to understand their business, their products, their services in detail, to really relate to them. And I mean, I'm not a technical guy, I'm a commercial one, and I have my limitations, and I really had struggled to understand it on a level of deepness, I think, which is required to make serious decisions, let's say it like this, and fundamental decisions. Yeah, so high valuation, information transparency, which was missing, and the challenges of understanding details. That was the reasons, basically, GitLab. And what I did is actually I invested in Alfen, because Alfen tanked due the guidance adjustments 2024. So I thought, okay, why not investing there, $4,000 into the stock. And then I took a little bit money to invest another chunk into StoneCo. Why? StoneCo dropped in the past months quite silently. Each month, not like 1 month 20%, but each month a few percent, a few percent, a few percent. And I think the valuation is quite reasonable. So I've decided to invest here as well. A few dollars, basically. I think it was, let me see it. Yeah, $1,400. Yeah, and the rest of it, so the difference of roughly $6,000, I used to lower and reduce the debt level, yeah, which I'm currently confronted with. Let's go on and take a look at my holdings. As you can see here, I mean, by far largest position is with 40%, roughly 40% Hims & Hers. All other 5 companies, new SentinelOne, StoneCo, Alfen, and Grab, have a share of 10 till 15%, basically. So yeah, the portfolio is highly affected by the future and the outcome of the earnings results of Hims & Hers, but I'm 100% feeling comfortable with it, I need to say. What you can see here as well is that the regional allocation was adjusted on a quite modest level. You can see, because I sold GitLab and I invested more money in Alfen, which is located in the Netherlands, invested money in StoneCo, which is located in Brazil. So the US is only covering, the stocks I'm invested there is only covering 55%. Basically, it consists out of Hims & Hers and out of SentinelOne. Yeah, that are both parts of this 55% stake. Yeah, this is how it looks. And again, I can just tell I'm feeling very comfortable, even though it's not 100% balanced, actually. Okay, so let's take a look on the valuation. Maybe we start with the first row. You can see Alfen, the substation, storage systems, energy storage systems, and EV chargers provider out of the Netherlands. You can see that actually in terms of fair price multiplicator, which is quite centered here with 5.5, it has the worst, the baddest development in the past 30 days, and now it's, from my valuation point of view, it lost 0.5 in terms of scoring. Why was this the reason? Because basically the profitability is now completely considered, and you can see it here in the PE column. It's basically not existing anymore, so it's negative, yeah, not positive anymore. So quite negative development. However, that's the reason, that's the cause why Alfen is experiencing this strong fair price multiplicator of 5.5. Then when we go further in the table, you can see the Hims valuation. So it actually developed in a more cheaper direction with 0.2 points on the scoreboard up. And I can tell you, even right in front of the earnings results, which will take place on Monday, and I will stream for and guide or back those earnings at 3:30 ET or 9:30 CEST, depending where you're located, US or Europe. You have an orientation, and yeah, even though we are right in front of this earnings results, I mean, it's always a question if you want to invest into earnings results or not. I think a lot of people try to avoid it, and I'm not sure if it's a great idea. But for me, basically, personally, it's still a buy. It's still very fairly and reasonable priced. Let's take a look on SentinelOne, and when you compare SentinelOne, the fair price multiplicator of 0.9, it's exactly on the same level on the first glance like PayPal, and only a small difference to Nvidia with 1.1 Nvidia. So basically there's almost no difference. But what you need to keep in mind, all of these companies are active in different industrial sectors. So SentinelOne is a cybersecurity pure play, NVIDIA is a semiconductor company, as you know, and PayPal is active in the financial service, payment services. Yeah, and for instance, a company which is rated with 0.9 based on the fair price multiplicator in the cybersecurity sector is, from my perspective, way cheaper than one which is scored with the same or attached with the same scoring, like for instance PayPal, but which is located then in the financial sector, like PayPal. Yeah, so financial companies are always a little bit, should be valuated on a lower level, basically. Yeah, just my experience, my opinion about it. So it's not that negative, but it shows as well that from my perspective, NVIDIA is not rated that badly, even though it raised so strongly in the past quarters. Yeah, I think it's quite fairly priced and not completely unreasonable. I mean, take a look at their 2024-2025 expected sales growth of roughly 76%. Okay, but however, NVIDIA is not a company I'm invested in, so we will not take too much focus right now. But however, overall, you can see that when we take a look at the difference to former columns, not so much volatility took place, and I think that's kind of the calm before the storm. So basically, before the earnings results gets released of all those companies, which will take place in this month from upcoming Monday on, as I mentioned already. Let's take a look at the performance of my stocks. And basically, I mean, it was the first month of the second half of 2024, and so far I'm quite satisfied with the results. You can see we talk about overall portfolio development of 2.3%. Yeah, it's beating the benchmark, the worldwide benchmark, but it's not that outstanding result, let's say it like this, in making the hugest difference. However, sometimes a solid result is better than too much volatility, and 1 month with a very strong one, and then a few months with slightly worse ones or even negative ones. This sometimes mentally is more stressful than having a little bit less volatility. Yeah, to a little bit lower level of up and down development of the stock prices, basically. You can see that Alfen finally had a stable month. That's great. I mean, today it's down, I think currently minus 5% or something like this, or even 6%. But at least in the past 30 days, it remains quite stable. And that's good, because sometimes it's just great to experience a little bit more awareness in this regard. You can see Grab developed very, very negative with 7.7%. I mean, I experienced higher volatility in terms of negative directions in the past, but what this means is actually, as when you take a look at the same time on the right and on the lower chart, pillar diagrams, you can see that basically yield year to date and yield since acquisition is almost zero. Yeah, so I was up roughly 10%, and Grab basically lost all of this with 7.7% this month in just 30 days. Yeah, could be worse, but of course it's not the best ride which I had in the stock market. On the other hand, HIMS developed positive, even though it was not that strongly like in the past months, but that's fine as well, because it already made a lot of space and developed very great. And SentinelOne and StoneCo kept developing strongly. I mean, SentinelOne obviously because of the CrowdStrike outage, which took place roughly 2 weeks ago. And yeah, SentinelOne is rated basically from a lot of analysts as the substitute, as the company who might participate based on this development, on this news, and catch some customers and some contracts from CrowdStrike, their main competitor and the primary player in the cybersecurity and cloud cybersecurity focused market. Yeah, so that's the case, and you can see new for the second time this year. So most of the time it's running very, very solid, yeah, like a train. This time it had a quite negative period of 30 days. However, when you take a look at yield since acquisition with 160%, or yield since beginning of the year with roughly 48%, new is definitely very stable and very positive story when we talk about my stocks, my portfolio. Here's the second part about performance. One more time, you can see the performance of my portfolio, 2.3%. The performance of the benchmark AC, WI, IMI. So basically the all world fund and or index, and you can see triple times better performance basically this month. But when you take year to date a look, with 12.2% of my percent of the benchmark portfolio, the worldwide portfolio, the worldwide portfolio is still ahead. And if my stocks will not perform well, this will not change too soonly actually. Yeah. When you take a look at the lower chart here, basically the value of the single stocks, but as well the value of the benchmark dropped. Why that's the case? Yeah, basically I sold GitLab, yeah, and therefore the overall value of my portfolio decreased compared to the last investment portfolio update. Okay, guys, but in general, I think really everything can happen in terms of the benchmark, in terms of the development and the performance of my portfolio. I mean, we're talking about small stocks or mid-sized stocks in terms of new, and basically if the Fed starts to lower the rates, and it's not that unlikely they will do this latest in September, let's say when you take a closer look or on the opinions of analysts, then in financial houses, then yeah, I guess smaller companies will participate stronger on those rate lowerings than larger ones. So I'm quite confident just based on this aspect. Even though I would not be convinced by the single stocks I'm invested in, I'm quite convinced that my portfolio has great chances to outperform the benchmark in the second half of this year. Let's go on with my mood, and you can see it, you have seen it in the title. I think the title is Back in Yin and Yang Balance, yeah, and you can see it here. Is this the right gesture for I'm not even sure, maybe like this. Who knows, you can leave a comment in the comment section, let me know, but actually I can Google it by myself as well, so you don't need to tell it to me. However, I'm really balanced mentally and feeling healthy. I mean, last investment portfolio update, the bar was placed right in the middle between stressed and relaxed, and that is quite unusual for my portfolios, for my experiences, because I'm in general in terms of investing quite relaxed and see it as an adventure. And if I win money, I win money. If I lose money, I lose money. I'm not 100% negatively affected by this portfolio, let's say like this. So it's part of a hobby as well. However, sometimes it can affect you negatively and stress you a little bit more, and I wasn't sure about my portfolio in the past period, but I thought a lot about it, and now preparing the earnings calls for the upcoming weeks for the stocks, it created way more confidence I a little bit partly missed maybe in the past weeks. So still, again, one more time, confident, to keep it very short. And yeah, maybe it was as well impacted by GitLab and by the too high debt level. It was more than 30%. Maybe it was something I didn't want to accept, and I lied myself basically and wasn't honest to myself. However, GitLab is gone. I reduced a little bit the debt, and now I'm feeling 100% really motivated for Monday and the other earnings results. And yeah, I can't wait that my earnings season, the overall earnings season started weeks ago, but my earnings season, can't wait that it starts. Let's take a look on the outlook, and you can see this time here is a little bit more stated. Why? Because of the already mentioned earnings season. Yeah, you can see. Let's start first. Of course, I will go on in the upcoming 30 days and take a focus on the regular debt reduction. Currently, I'm 26,000 US dollars roughly in a negative, or let's say I'm invested on a leverage base with 25%. So not that great. However, I will take care of it, and I'm quite confident that latest in 1.5 years, 2 years, it will be neutral, if not something unforeseen and surprising happened. Yeah. But more important, as I already mentioned, the earnings season begins, ready to lift off. I figured out it's not stated anymore. You don't word it ready for takeoff, you say ready for lift off. Yeah, so that's the reason why I mentioned it here and stated it here. And you can see here, I mean, we start the earnings season, my earnings season on Monday, maybe yours as well, on Monday with Hims & Hers, digital doctor shop, pharmacy and healthcare products provider out of the US. Again, one more time, it's 3:30 ET. We will start on Monday, the 5th of August. Then 1 week later, we have the exotic week with Grab and with StoneCo. Yeah, the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th of August. Yeah, I will stream and back all of them live here on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to this channel to not miss any of those streams and join them. And then in the third week, we will focus Alfen. On 22nd of August, the EV charger substations and energy storage system provider out of the Netherlands. And last but not least, we will focus and highlight SentinelOne, cybersecurity provider and vendor out of the US, on 13th of August. Yeah, so 6 earnings results, press releases. I will guide and back in the upcoming 30 days. A lot of action is going on, and you can see here. Tomorrow I will start with the earnings roundup at 11 a.m. ET or 5 p.m. CEST time. What is this earnings roundup? So basically, I will cover all the latest, the recent Q1 earnings press releases and calls as well. Of the 6 stocks I'm a shareholder of, Alfen, Grab, Hims & Hers, SentinelOne and StoneCo. I show you what is my verdict about them. Again, I consider as well the calls, not only the press releases like I did it in the past and what I regularly do during the streams, but I never take care of the calls live. So this is what I will do right now for the past earnings results. And I mean, it's, I think, definitely adding a lot of value, at least to me, to a little bit rewind and mirror what happened 3 months ago and what are my expectations and assumptions based on the history for 3 months ago. Yeah, so I think it adds definitely some value, at least to me, and I'm feeling greatly prepared for the upcoming earnings season. So I can only recommend to you as well to join or to watch it later on when it's finalized, recorded, and you just click on the chapter of and on the stock which is interesting for you. I mean, makes perfect sense if you're not a shareholder of all 6 stocks I'm invested in, to watch the whole stream. But actually, yeah, I think it's quite compromised and quite interesting content I will communicate tomorrow afternoon, evening. Yeah, and then on Monday, one more time, last time, 3:30 p.m. ET or 9:30 p.m. CEST, Hims & Hers, the digital doctor shops, pharmacy and healthcare products provider out of the US, will launch their results. I mean, they released their GLP-1 products in June. So far, even without those products, everything went so well regarding this business, regarding this company. It's my highest convicted company I'm invested in. So if they selling GLP-1 weight loss products or not, for me it doesn't make a big difference. For others, maybe it is the case. However, I'm quite confident a lot of you will join, and I guess a lot of you follow me just because of the stock, and I completely can relate and understand this aspect, because yeah, I'm as well heavily interested as well in the future of this company. So let's experience together what will happen on Monday. So very happy about every one of you who will join. So don't forget to mark it in your calendar. Guys, that's it for today already. So basically, one more time, if you liked what you have seen in the past minutes, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel, like this video, join me, follow me, send me a DM if you have some questions or you want to discuss something, leave me a comment. I'm always interested in having conversations with you guys. And yeah, simply thank you very much for watching the stream and joining the stream. And I'm strongly looking forward that you join in the upcoming earnings streams during the future, the upcoming 4 weeks. Guys, thank you so much. Having a great day, having a great evening. See you tomorrow at the earnings roundup stream. And yeah, as always, take care. Most important in life, I guess, is to stay healthy at the end. Yeah. Cheers.